Most valuable American Canadian rare prints 1851 to 1857. The 3-pence stamp of 1851 depicts British symbols. Canada. It was a colony of the English for hundreds of years. Today it is part of the realms of the Commonwealth. On the center, you will be able to see Queen Victoria's imperial state crown. Sovereign who held her role as ruler for 64 years. From 1837 to 1901. Around, you will be able to see other symbols that characterize the history of the kingdom, including the rose, which symbolizes the union between the English Lancaster families and of the Yorks, which established a sovereignty, and the war ended. You will also be able to see clovers, symbol of Ireland, linked to the tradition of St. Patrick, Christian martyr who spread Catholicism in the country. To the right, the thistle, symbol of Scotland, which according to legend, this plant allowed the Scottish inhabitants to beat the Viking invasion. On the side of the writings, which indicate the nominal value of the piece, 3p, and the city that issued this stamp, Brunswick, which is located in the east of Canadian territory. Postage stamp issued on September 6, 1851. Was issued in 410,000 copies, and is worth $3,500. The Cartier stamp of 1855. Depicted in the center, the bust of Jacques Cartier, 16th century French explorer, discovered the San Lorenzo estuary in the territory of Quebec. On the side, the nominal value of 10 pence is shown. This stamp has some value because it was issued in a period when postal rates were reduced. Between Canada and the United Kingdom, created the need to create two new denominations in the philately market. The 7.5 pence one and the 10p one. These two rates, why were convenient for the population and were used for sending parcels and letters. Another peculiarity lies in the 8 pence value and the writing STG shown at the top. This was printed because the Canadian province, it did not have its own currency, and therefore an equivalent value in British pounds was assigned. STG means pound. Postage stamp issued in January 1855. It had a circulation of 172,000 pieces and is worth up to $8,000. The 1 pence stamp of 1857. It is very similar in the printed images and reported in the 3p piece you saw in this video. On the center, the classic imperial state crown of Queen Victoria is shown. Around the writings of St. John's City in Canada, capital of the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. In fact, this city, it is the oldest European settlement, discovered by Giovanni Cabot, Italian navigator and explorer, who contributed thanks to his travels to discover other lands still unknown. Down, the face value of 1 pence. Postage stamp issued on January 1, 1857. 70,000 copies were printed and is worth up to $9,000. The 3 pence stamp of 1857. It comes in a different shape from other standard stamps. Triangular shape. Presence on the center. The 3 symbols of the United Kingdom, country that colonized the Canadian territories. The rose above. On the left the thistle. On the right the clover. On the side, the writing that commemorates the discovery of the new land discovered by the European Caboto. The city St. John's. Down, the nominal value of the piece, 3p. Postage stamp issued on January 1, 1857. It was issued in 16,000 copies and is worth up to $10,000. The 1851 Prince Albert 6p stamp depicts the bust of Albert of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, Prince Consort of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, husband of Queen Victoria. Remained in his role for 21 years, until 1861 when he died. Prince Albert played a major role in the development of the British constitutional monarchy, influencing Queen Victoria to become a figure above the parties on the national political scene. On the side, you will be able to see the nominal value of the piece, 6p. This stamp was produced on laid paper without perforation. Released May 12, 1851. 100,000 copies were printed. And today it is worth up to $30,000. The Beaver 3-pence stamp. It is part of a series of highly sought-after pieces in the world of philately. On the center, a beaver is depicted, intent on building a dam. With this design we wanted to symbolize people. Then in Canadian territory, they built their countries, city and community. The beaver also wanted to represent the meaning of the skin, which was a medium of exchange and trade. Around the image, the writing 3 pence, which indicate both in letters and numbers the nominal value of the piece. Postage stamp issued on April 23, 1851. It was printed on laid paper and without serrations. Issued in 250,000 copies. Today it is worth $60,000. The 12-pence stamp of 1851 portrays a young Queen Victoria in his guise of state. Just the head appears in various British colonial stamp designs. This piece, it was designed and printed at the direct request of the Queen, on the occasion of the first official visit to the House of Lords. Around, you will be able to see the nominal value of the piece, reported in number 12 cents pence. Piece released on June 14, 1851. 51,000 copies were printed, and is worth $125,000.